Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Patrick, and I welcome you to our ethical hacking webinar for today from Indian Cybersecurity Solutions. Today, our speaker, Mr. Piyush Kundu, will be speaking about nMap, DOS attack, and phishing attacks. He is a CHV11 ethical hacking certified holder, as well as a digital forensic analyst, as he has done his master's in cyber forensic. He has also been working with the CSFI Calcutta as well as the CBI of New Delhi. Today, in this webinar, he will be giving you in-depth details for today's topic on DDoS, nMap, and phishing. I take over the platform to I hand over the platform to Mr. Piyush. Please take over. So, could you please share screen?
Thank you, Patrick. Good morning, everyone. Today's live of Facebook is on DOS, phishing, and the nMap, that is called network mapping on the ethical hacking part. It's the most important part in ethical hacking, that is called scanning part. Before I start for the practical sessions of ethical hacking, that is, I will show you DOS attacks, then phishing, and then the nmap. Okay, before I start the session, I will go for the introduction part. What is ethical hacking? How is it done? Who are known as ethical hackers? We will share a slide to show that thing. Slide presenting है ना? Okay. The introductions of ethical hacking. Now, what is hacking? Now, basically, the hacking refers to the exploitations, the system of vulnerabilities, and compromising the security controls to gain the unauthorized or the inappropriate access to the system resources. And it also involves modifying the systems or the application features to achieve a goal outside of the creator's original purpose. Hacking can be used to be a steal, pilfer, and redistribute the intellectual properties, leading to the business loss. This is all about the hacking. Now, we will focus today for the ethical hacking part only, as because the people who are working in any cybersecurity company domain, they are known as ethical hackers. We also do hacking, but in an ethical way, obviously. The ethical hacking involves the use of hacking the tools, tricks, techniques, and to identify the vulnerabilities so as to ensure the system security. It focuses on the stimulating the techniques used by the attackers to verify the instances of the exploitable vulnerabilities in the system security, and ethical hackers perform the security assessment of their organizations with the permissions of the concerned authorities, who they are known as ethical hacking. Now, there is a disclaimer that is, we hack for education purpose only. Don't hack anyone without any reason. Okay, don't be offensive. Be a defensive person. Okay, be a white hat hacker. Don't be a black hat. Okay, if you want to be a black hat, then you have to go for the imprisonment and the custody, which should not be done. Okay, learn ethical hacking in ethical way, obviously, and do not hack anyone without any reason, without any concern. Okay, this is only for the educational purpose. Now, who is hacker? Now, intelligent individuals with an excellent skills of the computers, with the ability to create and to explore into the computer softwares and hardware. Their intentions can either be gain knowledge or to poke around to do the illegal things. Individuals who enjoy then modifying how system functions. For some hackers, their hobby is to see how many computers or the network they can be compromised. Now, the types of hackers. What are the how many types of hackers are available in our public region? Now, number one is a black hat hackers. Number two is a white hat hackers or the ethical hackers, obviously. Number three is a gray hat hackers. Four, the suicide hackers. Five, the scriptedals. Six is a cyber terrorist. Seven is a state-sponsored hacker, and last is a hacktivist. Now, who are known as the black hat hackers? Now, individuals with an extraordinary computer skill restoring to malicious or the destructive activities are also known as the black hat hackers. White hat hackers, the individuals with the professing hacking skill, using them for the defensive purpose only, and are also known as a security analyst. They are known as the white hat hackers or the ethical hackers. Gray hat hackers, the color gray is means that it's a combinations of the black and white. Individuals who work for both the offensive and the defensive purpose at the various times. They are known as the grey hat hackers. Suicide hackers, individuals whose aim is to bring about the critical infrastructure for for the cause, not worried about the facing of jail or the terms or any kind of other punishments for the prosecutions of law. That is known as the suicide hackers. Script riddles, and unskilled hackers who compromise the system by running the scripts, tools, and the software development by the real hackers. They're known as called as the script riddles. Cyber terrorists, individual with a wide range of skills, motivated by the religion or the political beliefs to create a fear by the large scales of disruptions of the computer network, known as a cyber terrorist. The state-sponsored hackers, individual employed with the government to penetrate and to gain the top secret informations and to damage the informations system of other governments, known as the state-sponsored hackers. Activists, they are originally known as the main hackers in this public domain for the society. Individuals who promote a political agenda by defacing or the disabling the websites, known as the activist. I think that you people have heard about the anonymous. The anonymous groups are known as the activists. They are the original hackers in this world. They hack the peoples, they hack the political persons, they hack the credentials or the public informations and the private informations of the political peoples who are being corrupted in this domain, and they take those informations and publish it in front of the people, though known as the activist. Anonymous group is very active in the 1998 time when the white peoples are just thrown away the black peoples from the USA. At that time, the anonymous group has been active, and they take all the informations from the political persons of the USAs who had been corrupted with the different political issues, and they publish all that dark things of that persons, of the political person, in front of the peoples, in front of the public, and to threat them of their lives, and they are known as the activist. Now, this is all about the ethical hacking part. Before you should learn the ethical hacking, or before you join the ethical hacking part, this is all about the ethical hacking, the introductions about the ethical hacking. Now, the few of the things that are the few of the terminologies are there for the ethical hacking. We should go through it. That is vulnerability. Now, what is vulnerability? A flaws in the design of a system that can be exploited, existence of a weakness, implementation error that can be lead to an unexpected event compromising the security of the system, known as the vulnerability. Okay, the exploit and the breach of IT system security through the vulnerabilities. A method of taking the advantages of that vulnerabilities could be a script, could be a tool, or any other methods. Remote exploit. A remote exploit works over a network, and the exploit of the security vulnerability without any prior access of the vulnerable system. Local exploit. A local exploit requires the prior access of the vulnerable system, and usually increases the privileges of the person running the exploit past those granted by the system administrator, is known as a local exploit. 0-day vulnerability, or the 0-day. The 0-day is also known as a 0 hour or the 0-day vulnerability. It is an undisclosure computer software vulnerability that hackers can exploit to adversely affect the computer program, data, additional computer, or a network. It is also known as the 0-day vulnerability because it is not a publicly reported or the allowance before the becoming active. The 0-day vulnerability refers to a hole in the software that is unknown to the vendor, and this security hole is then exploited by the hackers before the vendor becomes aware and hurries to fix it. And this exploit is also known as a 0-day attack. Brute force. The brute force attack is a trial and error method used to obtain the information such as the user password, personal identification number, or the PIN in a brute force attack, automated software is used to generate a large number of constructive guesses as to the value of the desired data. Now, brute force attack can be done by carding. Carding is a thing that is a clone of your credit cards or the debit cards, and there is a 4-digit pin, and this 4-digit pin will be compromised by the hackers, and that 4-digit pin has been by the permutation on the combination. They've been brute force that passwords, and they crack that password to gain the access of the person's credit cards or debit cards. Now, phishing, today's main topic. I will focus on the topic. The phishing. The phishing is a form of a fraud in which the attackers try to learn the information such as the login credentials or the account information by the masquerading the reputable entity or the persons in email, in the messaging part or the communication channels. Payload, it's a part of an exploit code that perform the intended malicious actions such as the destroying and creating the backdoors or the hijacking of the computers. Are the payloads. The payloads is basically a scripting, a malicious script that we wanted to create by the attackers, and that payload has been sent to the victims on the victim system, and when the victim is to touch that payload should be executed, and the system been compromised by the hackers. Remote access. Remote access is a ability to get the access to a computer or network from a remote distance in cooperations with the people at the branch offices, telecommunicators, and the people who are traveling maybe need access of the corporation's network. Okay, now I will go through the practical purpose of the ethical hacking. Before we start, in our system, in our host machine, we have to download the VMware or the VirtualBox, which is a virtualizations environment in which we used to download the Linux Kali, which is a penetration operating system. In this penetration operating system, there are different types of tools for the hacking purpose. Now, I want to show what are the tools are there. Number one is information gathering. The second, there is a lot many tools. Then Montego is there, nMap is there. I will concentrate on nMap today for the information gathering purpose. The vulnerability analysis is there, web application analysis is there, databases assessment is there, password attack, wireless attack, reverse engineering, exploitation tool, sniffing and spoofing, post exploitation, forensic, and reporting tools is there, and last is a social engineering tool by which we can social engineering with the person and we get the informations of that person. Okay, now I start with the DOS. Now, what is DOS? DOS is basically known as a denial of service attack. Okay, now when DOS attack is done, now every website has a server now, and that server has a capacity. Now, when we ping IP, that means lots of data. We want to send the data to that IP, and IP used to reply us that yes, I am active in the network. By receive those packets, and DOS is just like the same thing, but in the ping request, the request should be sent in 2 to 3 seconds after. But the thing is that in the DOS attack, the request should be sent in a hurried manner, in an abruption manner. It is in a fraction of seconds. Lots more data should the packet should be transferred from one IP to the next IP on the targeted IP, and that targeted IP has been flooded with different types of pinging request, and this is also known as the buffer overflow, and this is also known as the buffer overflow, as because if a bucket is full of water and you are pouring the more water into that bucket, what will happen? The water will overflow from that bucket. Basically, we do this thing with the DOS attack. Now, there is a tool in the DOS known as the Xerxes. For that thing, I have to open the Firefox. Okay, now my Firefox has been open. We move to Google. Okay. Okay. The tool is name called Xerxes, is XERXCS, which should be available on GitHub library. From the GitHub, we used to go to the GitHub link, and there is a code in the GitHub. See, there is a green option. There is a code. We have to just copy that code. Okay. Now open up a terminal from here. Now we just have to give the command called git clone, and we have to just paste that code, and you have to just hit the enter. As because my system is pre-installed with the Xerxes, so I do not have to install the Xerxes. Okay, that package should be cloned on your device, and after that we can start the Xerxes. Okay, now I am targeting one website, that is a Pakistan's website called buxley.com or the buxleypaints.com. Okay, the first website. See, when we used to open the link, the website, the physical website is come in front of us. Now I want to block this website globally. I want to close this website globally. That website should not be come in front of us. Okay, by using the Xerxes tool, I again have to go to terminal. Now I have to give the command called /Xerxes. Sorry, we have to go to Xerxes. Let's go cd Xerxes. Let's change the directory Xerxes. Now we are in the folder or the path of Xerxes. Now I have to give the command called Xerxes. Then we have to copy that URL. I have to paste this URL. Now we have to provided the port 80, that is the HTTP port, as because we all know that when a domain is made, the domain should be running on the port 80, and the port 80 on the port 80 the domain should be run, and after that we need a SSL certificate. When the SSL certificate is given to that web domain, and then domain should be run on HTTPS, or the thing is done, that is called the 443 port. It is HTTPS port after providing the SSL certificate. But basically the thing is that every domain should be run on the port 80. That's why we are mentioning the port 80, and we have to just hit the enter button and see the continuous pinging request is going on. Okay, and the server has been clashed with the of that Buxley Paints. Now if I want to log in the Buxley Paints, it will not come. As because the Buxley website has been dumped, or totally dumped globally by me. Okay, if you want to try on your mobile phone also, you can see that buxley.com, the service, the website will not come in front of you. After some time, the connection has been lost, and the message will flow in front of us, as because this is running. See, the website is not coming, but the thing is that my system is always bringing the buxley.com. The physical website should come in front of us, as because this is running, it's not coming. Now to stop this thing, we have to hit the Control C, and this has been stopped. Right now, see, the physical website has come in front of us. Okay, that is a Buxley Paints. That is a DOS attack, or the denial of service attack. There is a DDoS. See, some of the servers capacity are very more or large. For that we need DDoS, or the distributed denial of service attack. For that, we need a botnet, and botnet should be purchased from the dark web. And we do not, as because we do in ethical way for the education purpose only. So DDoS should not be done by us. We cannot compromise the system by using the dark web. It's an illegal format, so we cannot use the dark web for the education purpose only. And this is all about the DOS. I move to next part. The system is called the phishing. That is called, we again we have to clone that thing. Now I'm clearing the terminal. Now again I have to open a terminal. There's a phishing tool called Zfisher, which is also available on GitHub library. Now you have to go to Firefox, your browser, basically, and then from browser you have to go to Google. And in Google, you have to write the Zfisher. See, there is Zfisher GitHub format, and then from Zfisher, we have to again clone that system by using this code. I copy this code. Again, we move to the terminal, and then you have to give the command called git clone, and we have to paste. Oh, sorry, I have not copied that code. Now I have to copy this code. Okay, the code has been copied. I have to paste that code. Okay, see the paste. I have to paste that code, and you have to just hit the enter for cloning the package. And you have to, the package has been installed on your device. Now the Zfisher is also installed in my system, so I have to go to the path that is called Zfisher, cd Zfisher. Okay, and hit the enter. Right now I'm in a Zfisher format. Okay, now I have to open that tool that is a / that is called Zfisher .sh. As because if the system is in bash file, so we have to give the command called .sh, and we have to hit the enter. See, the Zfisher tool has been opened. Now there is a lot more website is there. There is Facebook, Instagram, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, PayPal, which you want to clone the website. See, if I open the Instagram, okay, then I have to give the that is Instagram, which the website has been cloned. Okay, now I need a traditional login page. On that login page, if you send this the link to any victim, and the victim should touch that link, and their password and the user ID should be in front of us. Okay, now I need a login credential page, the traditional login credential page. I will hit that one, and then I have to enter and select a port forwarding, that is a local host. I want to run this thing in the local host. So for the one, enter. Okay, now the link has been generated in front of us. I have to copy that link. Now I want to go to the terminal. Sorry, I want to go to the browser part. Okay, open one tab, and I want to paste that thing. Okay, enter. See, a traditional login page of Instagram has been logged in. Okay, now the username and the password, there is a keylogger in the system. Okay, if I give the keylogger and if I give the username and the password, and that should be reflected in, see, my victim IP has been sent to me. Okay, and then the username, if I give the username called Chester, and if I give the password, and then I was to log in. Okay, see, the credential has been given to me. That is, the account is called Chester, and the password is default. Okay, now if I want to save these passwords and account the detail in a text format, I can save it. Okay, now in this way we will send the phishing link to the different victims, and uh, that victim is want to touch that phishing link, and we can gain the access of that user ID and the password of the victims. Okay, now by hitting the control C, I mean the program has been interrupted and the program has been exited from the Z fisher. Okay, this is all about the phishing. Okay, now if I go now, the next topic is the nMap, that is the scanning part of a network. Okay, I want to exit again from a terminal, and I want to hit one terminal again. I have to open the terminal again. Okay, now for starting the nMap, there is a different tool for the nMap also. Get the IP the website. Okay, okay. Now for starting nMap, there is lots of command for the nMap, that is called nMap. If I want to scan the different ports of different port of a website, and that is I will give the small u and the capital T, that is only the TCP scan of the nMap. Okay, that is called 74 dot 124 dot 200 dot 34. Okay, and I have to give the hit the enter. Now the nmap scanning is running. Basically we want to check the what are the services running on that network, what are the versions of the system is running on that network. Okay, now what are the operating system is been running from the network. Now we used to use to gather the informations about the network, and also the scanning process has been done by nmap. Okay, now wait for some time. The scanning has been started, and wait for the result. What are the result is been found through nmap by the st scan. Okay. Okay, fine. The result has been done. The scanning process has been done. That is a port number 22, 21, 22, 80, 110, 143, 443, 465, 587, 993, 995, and 3306 has been open. And what are the services running? It is FTP, SSH, HTTP, POP3, IMAP, HTTPS, SMTPS, submissions, IMAP, POP3S, and MySQL is running on these ports. Has been given to us. Okay, in front of us, and this is only TCP scan of that IP through nmap. If I give for the UDP scan of the nmap, that is nmap tag su, and I have to give the IP again, that is a 74 dot 124 dot 200 dot 34. Okay, and again now it is quitting as because you need root privilege. That's why we are using the command called sudo tag I, then hit the enter, and we have to give the password of that default password that is called Kali. Now we are in root. Now in root we get the privileges, total root privileges, and now I have to give the command that is nmap tag su, and give the IP that is 74.124.200.1.34. Enter. See, the UDP scan has been done and the UDP scan has been started. Okay, now all 1000 ports has been given or are filtered. That is all our firewall is on that ports. Okay, so basically we have done the UDP scan. Now we want to check the version. What are the versions are running on that website? Now we have to give the V for version, and for 74 dot 124 dot 200 dot 34. Enter. Now the version scan is running. Let's see what are the results is given to us. Okay, there is warning is given, that is giving at the port because of retransmission hitting cap of 10. That is firewall is blocking our scanning for this. Okay, now we have to stop that scan by hitting the control C, and we want to give the operating system can what the operating system is called tag capital O, and that is a 74.124, not 200.34. With the enter, operating system scan is running. The scanning has been started. Let's see what are the scan has been done. It takes a little bit of time. Okay, again the firewall is blocking our scanning purpose. Okay, now in this way we have to scan the different network or different IPs, that what are the things are running, what are the services running on the network. We can scan through nmap. Thanks, that's all for today. Now for the lovely show of life of Facebook, for the ethical hacking purpose, I have shown you the three tools, that is nmap, phishing, and the dos attack. Okay, now I hope that you people will gain the interest on ethical hacking and should join the institute. Lots more to come. Thank you for the today's sessions. Over to Patrick.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Piyush, sir, for your wonderful time, for sparing your time for busy schedule for the webinar as well. We would like you to collaborate more again. Viewers, do you have any questions regarding this for today's topic? Please feel free to type in. Please feel free to type in the comment sections wherever you are, either on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on YouTube. We are waiting for your comments. We are waiting for your queries that you have for today's session. Please type over here. Okay, thank you, Krishna, for your comment. Yes, the session was very informative. We would like you to join our institute if you want to learn more about ethical hacking. Our our website indiancybersecurity.solutions.com is a place where you can visit and know more about our courses as well, sir. Anything? Sometimes my Firefox is not working on Linux. So, Piyush, what would you like to say about this matter?
What, Patrick?
There is a query from Mr. Subranil Ghosh who is
Hmm.
asking that sometimes my Firefox is not working on Linux. So, would you
Okay,
like to
just
say anything?
just uninstall the Linux Kali and then install the Linux Kali again. Okay, I think the problem will be solved.
So, I think you must re reinstall again once for this purpose, Mr. Subranil. If you have any more questions, please do ask. is there any video on installing Linux in your channel? Well, we would like to show you the installing part of it in the next session. Piyush, would you like to show the installing of Kali Linux on this video?
Okay, fine. I will show the next session is how to install Linux Kali on your host machine or the VM. Okay.
Okay, that would be very helpful for you, Mr. Subranil. Any more questions do we have from our viewers? Well, I think this much we have. I think our viewers have known a lot about nMap and DDoS as well as phishing for today's session. Uh, I have provided the link in Facebook and YouTube about our courses on CEH training. Okay, it happens both online as well as on offline. Our trainer, Mr. Piyush Kundu, will be conducting your classes as well. New sessions are going to start from today onwards. You can call us at 1-800-123-5014. Another new session is going to start on the 13th of November. Please feel free to call Jyoti on a toll free number at 1-800-123-5014 or visit at our site at indiancybersecurity.solutions.com. If you have more queries and would like to email us, then please do mail us at info@indiancybersecurity.solutions.com. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Piyush and Priya. Uh, we are conducting our sessions for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.